expected to be a proper showdown here at the Dance Park because it's match day 19 of the Ghana Premier League, and it doesn't get any bigger than this. Bibiani GoldStars, the current champions of the Ghana Premier League, are coming up against Asante Kotoko right here at this venue. Match day 19 has already started. Well, we saw how to folk play, and we'll delve into that one. My name is Mutala Yakubu, and this is the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and Onuya TV. I've told you that the Ghana Premier League is huge. It's big on social media, and we know that on social media you can find the Ghana Premier League on usually it's a test now. We're live here at the Bibiani Dance Park. It's a big one, match day 19. Bibiani GoldStars coming up against Asante Kotoko. When these two sides meet, it's always a showdown. And today we are promised some entertainment and goals as well in this one. You know that match day 19 has started on the flying notes with the likes of Hartlefolk already playing their games. My name is Mutala Yakubu, and this is TV3 and Onuya TV. It's the Ghana Premier League powered by Adisa Production Limited. I'm here, and we're going to bring you a fine coverage this afternoon at the Bibiani Dance Park. I've told you that the Ghana Premier League is huge. It's big on social media. You have to follow us so you don't miss anything as far as this GPL is concerned. On Instagram, you can just look for Ghana League _ on X, that is Ghana League. On TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, and Facebook, it is Ghana Premier League, and you catch all the excitement there, especially the highlights where we post on our YouTube page for you to go and watch. I'm not here alone. I've been joined by a very experienced guest, always present when we come to the Western region and the Ashanti region. Jeffrey Asari, he is here as well. Jeff, before we delve into this game, let's do a recap of match day 19. Yesterday, Hartlefolk, they were in action against Dreams FC, and after the game, the talk is about just one man, Hussein, missing that opportunity. Hartlefolk drawing again.
Well, I think the first half is a game of 2 halves. Hartlefolk had two biggest chances. One, Hussein and goalkeeper Osman Rahman. He had over 30 meters and he didn't know what to do. The reason why he tapped the ball in the final tell only him and his God will understand that. Then the Hamza Issa opportunity also, and they missed it. And it has become one of the most consistent and continuous flaws in Hartlefolk game. They'll create their chances, and their inability to put the ball behind the net, you don't understand it. Then the second half, look, Benjamin Asari have to make sure he proves that he's still Ghana's #1.
I mean, this is the opportunity we were just talking about.
What on earth was
Hamza doing?
How on earth could you, allow goalkeeper Osman Rahman to come for this.
Some are cutting him the brief that he's not a striker, so maybe
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're a striker. If you are a midfielder, you bury that. You are a midfielder, even defender. You should have the intelligence to be able to know what to do in such situations. That is why you are a player. It's not only striker that score. Midfielders are scoring, getting numbers than striker. Defenders are scoring.
Okay. And also, there's one controversy in this game. Dreams FC thought they had taken the lead when John Entry held in that ball. From what you saw, do you think it was a legitimate call from the referee to flag that as offside, or you think the goal should have stood?
Well, normally I hardly would talk about referee decisions because it is always a controversial thing. I don't want to get there. For me, the most important thing was that Dreams FC had opportunities. Look, Benjamin Asare in the second half had 4 saves.
Yeah, he was incredible yesterday.
First was John Entry's pass to Razak Salifu. Then the goalkeeper excellently saved that. Then John Entry himself header. Then came that of Christian Owusu's header. So for the goalkeeper yesterday in the second half, he stood and made sure Hasselhoff did not concede. And that was an excellent performance from Dreams in the second half. In the first half, we would also drop point at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It was a brilliant game, a game of 2 halves.
I mean, who benefits more from this? Is it Heartofok or Dreams FC?
It's Dreams. First of all, you want to compete. You want to compete with those who are league leaders, last media man. You want to compete and make sure that they don't widen the gap. So you must always make sure that you are picking your home point. Where we are today, GoldStars have picked 21 points from home. In fact, 22 points, a draw against Media Man, 22, 7 wins, 1 draw. If you want to win the league, your home point, because that way you can't control what happens here away. But at home, you control. If you are dropping points at home, I'm sorry, it will be difficult for you to win the league title.
Now, the biggest flaw in this Heartofok team has to be their attack. The window is closed. They couldn't sign any player. They have to do with Hamza, Frank Duku, and Prince Kwabeno Owusu. How does Didi get the best out of these boys?
As a coach, he can continuously talk to them, teach them the art. But when he gets onto the field, for instance, Hussein Mohammed, you expect Coach Dramani to go and ask him to put the ball out, hold the ball and put it in the net. Well, the coach has done his best. The player must then utilize the chance. You don't expect the coach to be the one scoring.
And I saw how frustrated Didi Dramani was after Hussein missed that opportunity. And even in the post-match words that he said, you're still watching the Ghana Premier League here on TV3 and on Ria TV. It's a big one. The dance pack, Bibiani GoldStars are coming up against Asante Kotoko. We take a quick breather. When we return, there's more to talk about. Definitely a stellar Saturday here at the Dance Park. Big one, Bibiani GoldStars and Asante Kotoko in match day 19 of the Ghana Premier League. My name is Mutala Yakubu. In a few minutes' time, both teams will come out and do battle on this pitch, and it's a big one. Both are looking for the 3 points. I'm here with Jeffrey Osari, but as you know, match day 19 actually started yesterday with Heart-to-Folk drawing. So let's go through the fixtures and see other matches that are coming out. We know that today at 3 p.m., by this time it's already started. Vision are also playing Mediema, but yesterday we drew, that is Heart-to-Folk, they drew their game, and we know that they will be looking, watching this game. But other games also will come up, and we'll discuss that one briefly. But Jeff, as you know, I mean, big one, match day 19, stadium is buzzing. People are still coming with a few minutes to start this game. You've seen the warm-up of the two teams. It looks like this is a must win for a coach like Karim Zito after that draw against Brekum Chelsea.
Well, it's must win for both coaches because Bibiani GoldStars have lost at Bechem. I mean, Augustino can't go, so they need to bounce back strongly today. Asante Kotoko played poorly against Brekum Chelsea, drew at home. They also need to bounce back today. So this game is a must win for both coaches, especially for Karim Zito, because he's coaching Asante Kotoko. The expectations are always high. He also needs to get something out of this game. Don't forget that he's also chasing the league title. He himself has said he needs to win matches to chase the league title. The defending champions also want to make sure that they win the league again. And if you check the performance they've exhibited so far, they have 32 points. If they win today, they go 35 points. So there's a lot at stake in today's game for both sides.
Now, just a few months ago, Asante Kotoko were here for the champion of champions. They won that game by a goal to nil. Hamzata scoring the only goal for them. Looking at the two teams then and now, has a lot changed about them?
Well, a lot have changed. I mean, let me start from the top four that GoldStars beat Asante Kotoko by 2 goals when they came back. So Albert Amwa and Henry Ansu, who is now playing, scored an own goal. I hope maybe today that's about he scored an own goal in that particular game. Now, if you look at that game, and then just after that came the champion of champions that Kotoko won here. Now, clearly, matches between GoldStars and Asante Kotoko has dominated, won 5, drawn 3, and then GoldStars has won 1. So in today's game, if you look at the personnel also, the personnel have also changed from both sides drastically in the lineup that we have today. So there's a lot at stake. How well will the new personnel be able to glitter in the course of the game to make sure that respective club get a needed victory?
Of course, definitely there are new personnel and they've all arrived here at the Dance Park. The teams actually are in the dressing room, and I mean they came in with some fire. Interesting one. This is the dressing room of Bibiani GoldStars there. Today, a lot of changes has been made to the team, and also there's been some managerial change from Bibiani GoldStars. Nanaya Amankwa no longer the coach, and now they have a Swiss manager and Marcus Schmidt. He's playing his first game against Asante Kotoko.
Yeah, it's a big game. I remember, his first game he played, he struggled. That was against Dreams FC. He has to come back from 2-0 down and win by 3-2. So by now he's had a lot of time, prepare the team, know the players better. So he has no excuse. This is the biggest game he's coming to play so far since he took over.
And he says that he knows Ghana football quite well. He's been here before, so he knows the pedigree of Asante Kotoko. So that is Bibiani GoldStars coming down from the bus. One of the biggest changes they've made in their squad has to be Gideon Anaba. We'll talk about that briefly. But Asante Kotoko, pressure on Karim Zito after that draw in their last game against Brekum Chelsea. This time, he needs to win. He's also made some changes. Big change. Dogo Yakubu, who was signed recently, is starting his first game for Kotoko.
Well, that's very interesting. But, well, like I said, it depends on maybe the training session that is going through the team. And Kotoko is struggling. But Ofin Donzo, I mean, really, after look at the game against Bechem where he scored a brace, he's been struggling getting the goals. Peter Midwakwa against Brekum Chelsea, he was poor. So you need a striker. But Dogo is more of like a number 10. That work for Amid Wakwa and Morfin Donzo. So yeah, then Prince Bedu. Prince Bedu is from Nations FC. The problem is a good DM, but the problem is that he's yellow card pro. I hope that today he will not attract a yellow card very early. So those are the changes there. And you realize that if you go to Bibiani GoldStars, you were talking about Anaba on the bench, you will be surprised. I think that Samala champion Philip Fofori, Vincent Tatinga will be able, they are experienced, they are consistent, they'll be able to do the work well. And Richard Kote is always consistent there. Today he has Foster there, and then he has Atta. Atta always works so hard and compliment him. So today he has some changes, and then also the implications of the changes in the setup of the team is going to be very interesting.
Of course, now talking about changes, GoldStars themselves have made one huge change. Prince Opoku Achimana is back. to Bibiani GoldStars, and he starts in this game as well.
Yes, that's a big one for him. He has experience. You bring the experience to bear. And then you have Atakumi as usual. I mean, so that would be a very good, but they need to make sure they have understanding in terms of their partnership, and that they need to get the supply from the midfield. If they get the supply from the midfield, trust me, Ansu and Samba has to do a lot of work and alertness and keep a lot of intelligence and composure to be able to deal with them.
Of course, and these two sides have played for some time. They've clashed a lot, and let's look at the statistics leading up to this game in terms of the games that they've played. From the first round, Bibiani GoldStars played 7 games at home and actually won 6 of them. For Asante Kotoko, they played 9 away matches so far, and they won 3. They had 3 draws and lost 3 in the process. For GoldStars, they are yet to lose a game here at the Dance Park. They've scored 13 in the process. Asante Kotoko on away grounds have scored just 6. They've conceded 5, and GoldStars have conceded 4. So it looks like GoldStars are not invincible, but they score a lot here.
Yes, I mean, when it comes to these grounds, the players make sure that the supporters are excited. They make sure that they win. Come what may. You remember the game against, the turnaround game against Heart of Lions. The first 30 minutes they were struggling, but they bounced back and make sure they won by 3-1. Against Adriana, they made sure they won, and I'm talking about the top team. Against Mediama, they had the chances, they couldn't clinically finish, but they end up having a draw. So here, the players, when they come to playing at the Dance Bar, their commitment is extraordinary. Look, above everything, they won 3 away games. So they are proving that, look, they are the defending champions, but they want to defend the title again. If you look at the numbers they've amassed so far, so they are playing very well in terms of their home crowd. They have not lost here. The only drawn game against Mediama. Will Kotoko be the first team to beat them here today? We wait to see.
Of course, will Kotoko be the first team to inflict defeat on GoldStars here at the Dance Park? We will live to see. But GoldStars are very fired up for this one. The coaches for both sides have arrived at the venue, and we spoke to them. For Marcus Smith, the new coach of Bibiani GoldStars, he's still adapting to life in the Ghana Premier League. And for Karim Zito, he's looking at 3 points and also talks about the return of Albert Amua. Yeah, are you the last few days? How are you adapting to life, especially in the Ghana Premier League?
Oh, it's a bit interesting period because, you know, we played so many games and we had a few away games to travel. So I was more in the bus than in certain accommodation. But I'm happy to be back. I've been to Ghana football before. And now, of course, it's great to be in the Premier League and to be in the middle of the focus.
Of course, and in terms of adaptation, how are the boys adapting to your tactics and system?
Well, I think they're picking up step by step. It's always for a team difficult to adapt to a new coach. I'm aware of that. But as far as I see, especially in the training sessions, we have very good quality, and I think they're trying to pick up.
Of course, and you are playing one of the biggest clubs in Ghana. You know about them, Asante Kotoko. Has this game actually come too early for you?
No, look, any game is coming at the right time. You know, we already played Medema for 2 times, so maybe that's a bit the same challenge. And of course, it's good to play the tough, the big teams, because that's where we want to, you know, measure us, and that's where we want to learn.
Coach, we wish you the very best today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's match day 19 here at the Dance Park. In match day 18, you drew against Brekum Chelsea, and you talked about not having the best of finishes. What has been worked on in training prior to this game?
Well, we have a saying, after every match, you go to preparation after every match. So the match taught us we should do a lot of finishing, and we went on it because without finishing, good football alone will not give you any marks. So seriously, we work on our deficiencies against Brekum Chelsea.
Now, there's one huge change that you've made. Yakubu Dogo, who signed for the club recently, is starting. Has he shown enough in training to merit a starting berth?
Well, he did a lot. He came to train with us for some days before we registered him, and he was also with us the whole of the week preparing for this game. So he merited the selection, and that's why you see.
Now, the last time you came here, it was a different coach. They brought in a Swiss manager. Does that change the dynamics of today's game?
Well, every coach has his own ability and capability, so I can't deny it. But to me, it's a big challenge again for me to also stand tall here.
Of course. Now, away from this game, you have Albert Amwa back in your ranks. How much of a relief would that be to Kotoko?
Well, I'm very happy he's back. He was about to be taken to a loan somewhere, but Kotoko demanded him, so he's back. And I'm very happy he's back, because one of my problems I was facing before, after he left, was goal scoring. Until I tried to use to open it wide for everybody to be able to score. And now that he's back, I think everybody will be happy.
Is it a direct entry back into the team for him?
Well, the Albert I know, if he come with the same Albert, he will go direct into the team.
Coach, we wish you the very best for today's game. Zito Okansi, the head coach of Asante Kotoko, excited that Albert Amwa is back, but he is not part of today's game. Jeffrey, first 45 minutes, what do you think would happen?
I'm expecting a very thrilling encounter and contest between the two sides.
Well, let's see what happens in the first 45 minutes. I hand you over to our team of commentators, Nana Dakwajesi and Kelvin Owusu-Ansah.
A stellar Saturday in the Ghana Premier League. The Bibiani town comes alive with a top liner of matchday 19 of the Ghana Premier League as defending league champions. GoldStars come up against Kumasi Asante Kotoko under the sun here at the Dance Park. It's a big one considering GoldStars want to regain momentum following their defeat to Bibiani United last weekend. And Asante Kotoko, having ended 2025 with 3 wins on a row, Kotoko are yet to be consistent in 2026, having drawn their last game against Bekum Chelsea at the Baba Yara Stadium. It's a make or break for the Porcupines as they think about regaining their place within the top 2 and also keep their hopes of winning the Premier League this season alive. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse. Together with Kelvin Owusu-Ansah, we are your commentators for this afternoon's game here in Bibiani.
Well, it's absolutely one of the days you would always want to be present at the match venue. Asante Kotoko under lots of turmoil, Abdul Karim Zito under lots of pressure. He needs to deliver, but for GoldStars, very much calm and very much knowing that they have been very strong at home and would get maximum points over the Porcupines. This could be a make or break for Asante Kotoko, but for GoldStars, it is somewhere a relaxation for them, but they definitely need the 3 points if they want to keep up the chase on Medium ISC.
The home side, Sports India, white, green, and yellow jerseys, yellow stockings over black shorts, and Asante Kotoko, dominant red and white jerseys here at the Dance Park in Bibiani. Asante Kotoko claimed the silverware at this venue before the start of the season when they beat GoldStars to win the Super Cup. This is a lineup for Bibiani GoldStars. 4 changes to the team that lost to Bibiani United. Kobe keeps his place in post. Rafiu at right back. There's Ofori who slots in together with Atenga in central defense. A champion occupies the left back row with a 4-man midfield of Inkua, Amon Kote, Ejay and Atta, with Kumi leading the attack alongside the experienced Prince Opoko Ajiman.
Quite interesting, the choices of coach Marcus Smith is making certain players who virtually couldn't have say in the team gather momentum, gather the confidence to be starting games. And it's quite impressive to see Prince Opoko Ajiman return to this team. It has been a very difficult time for him, but he's back.
Marcus Fritz Smith expected to help GoldStars reclaim their Premier League title. Current champions of the top flight from last season, Kotoko Sambo and El seem to have won the toss and gets to choose where the Porcupines will come from. One-time best referee in Ghana, Julian Nunu, is a centre man. Is assisted by Paula Timaka and Seth Ableto, with Gideon Nikofi assistant as a 4th referee for this afternoon's game. Asante Kotoko, they have made 5 changes to the team that drew against Bekum Chelsea at the Baba Yara. Kamara keeps his place in post. Esiedu is missing with injury, and Amwa takes his place at left back. Kotoko will be maintaining Lord Amwa at right back, with Hamza Atta injured and also out of the team. There's a place for Henry Ansu under coach Abdul Karim Zito, who is also making another change in midfield where Prince Bedu is stepping in for Seth Kojo. There's a debut for young chap Yakubu Dogo, who joined Kotoko at the start of this weekend's games in the Premier League. So 5 changes for Kotoko from the Chelsea drawn game, and Zito has also been pegged back in terms of those injured players for this afternoon's game.
Well, it's quite interesting the number of changes is made to the team. That has been the situation all season, battling to have that consistency in naming a regular lineup, breaking the spine of the team almost every now and then. But with high praises for Prince Bedu, who gets his first Ghana Premier League game in his rightful position, with respect to combine with Hubert Jehu, Saka Dauda, Peter Amidu and Yakubu Dogo, expected to help Morifin Dozo and make Kotoko's attack a very fearsome one.
Yesterday, Hearts were held at the Legon University of Ghana Stadium to a pulsating goalless drawn encounter by Dreams FC, a game where Benjamin Asari stole the show. Eyes will be on Kamara and his opposite number, Kobe, to rise to the occasion for this afternoon's fixture. All is set. Julian Nunu has whistled to his mouth, takes a look at his watch, whistles for the commencement of the game. It's match day 19 of the Ghana Premier League at the dance park in Bibiani. It's GoldStars up against Asante Kotoko. Here is Rafiu. Ofori switches to Atenga, the captain of the side. Lovely play from Ajaman. He goes down. The champion goes down for the first free kick of the afternoon to the home side.
Has been one of the very good performing players, managed to keep his place, almost giving his best every single game. Quite not surprising, he's kept his place in the team.
Foul. GoldStars have early advantage after the danger man, Samuel Atakumi, was brought down by Henry Enso. Free kick GoldStars, under 1 minute.
Well, that was quite a poor challenge there coming from Henry Enso. You'd have expected him to go in calmly. It was quite a needless tackle. It could be accidental, but that is the threat Samuel Atakumi offers.
Free kick for Bibiani GoldStars. Early opportunity for the defending league champions to unsettle the FA Cup champions. Nkua goes behind this free kick. From the left wing is going to be an in-swinger from the white man, and he's blasted it over the bar. Poorly taken by Nkua.
That was quite wasteful. You're expecting something that could work. Goalkeeper Mohamed Kamara.
Before he said that, Amon Kote, headed down by Prince Bedu. Lord Amwa coming under pressure, and Enso gets it away for Kotoko. Referee whistles, Kotoko gets the advantage. Saka Dauda with an early ball looking for Yakubu Dogo, who's making his debut for Asante Kotoko. Good ball from Jehu. Here is Dogo. A lot is expected of this young star who joined Kotoko from second division side Mid-City. Now Amwa is a poor ball trying to link up with Jehu, but he does want to retrieve possession. Lovely play from Jehu. He cuts and goes around his man. It's a clean tackle by Amon Kote. No fouling there.
Well, I think that was quite an unfortunate pass there. You were expecting that Henry Enso would quickly gather, but that was very good recovery. Quick recovery. You can see the two teams are yet to settle, but GoldStars seems to have a lot more confidence in the approach and how they want to execute it.
Ofori takes the free kick for GoldStars into Kotoko territory, but it's coolly collected by Kamara.
It's quite surprising they are giving away their set pieces. That was too casual a kick. Goalkeepers would love to pick these every day.
Kamara is aiming at Aqua, unable to reach the young star on the left-hand side. He's been in the news in the last couple of days, whether he stays with Kotoko for another season or it's about time he bids the Porcupines goodbye. Mohamed Kamara. Here is Atakumi for GoldStars. Goes down under the challenge of Prince Bedu. Free kick GoldStars.
Well, I think that is what Kotoko have always cried for. An defensive midfielder who gets into challenges, tries to repel the attack of opponents. But he should be careful, he can't be ragged all the time.
He's won 2 free kicks so far for GoldStars under 5 minutes. The top scorer of the club, Samuel Champon, to take the free kick for the Miners. Switches one, but is headed away by Joseph Amwa. Yakubu Dogo, good hold-up play, but the final ball had too much on it for Aqua.
Showing a better promise there. You expect him to find Lamido Aqua. But that was an overhead pass.
Enso's clearance headed back by Ofori, but the flag was up for offside against Dogo.
Well, he's eager to make the runs and pick up on those long balls, but he's failing to time his runs. He's playing against one of the best central defenders and most experienced defenders the league has seen.
From the second division, coming up against a three-time Premier League winner in Vincent Atenga. That's going to be a big deal for the youngster, but here comes Kotoko. Lovely play from Donzo Badiakubu. Dogo is late as Ofori clears it away for GoldStars.
That was quite a strong challenge. Kotoko to make that progression. That was quite a very decent clearance coming from it.
Dogo, it's a lovely turn from Dogo down the right-hand side, but it's clever defending from Samuel Champon as GoldStars try to clear their lines for stage A. Atakumi is late and Ensu has given away possession. GoldStars moving into Kotoko's territory. Justice Arta hands possession to Jehu. Here comes Aqua. He sees the movement of Donzo. Here is Donzo, goes past his marker, but Donzo loses possession in the critical area.
That was quite a very good offensive work coming in there from Rafi Ibrahim. He sensed that danger. Once Donzo took that heavy touch, he got right into Zadari to make the clearance. Very instinctive, good reading of the game by Rafi in that instance.
Amon Kote. Flip it forward to Rafi Mohammed. GoldStars dominating the midfield play at this point. Nkua is late for it. Here is the captain Atenga all the way back to Kobe, but Julian Nuno whistles because Kotoko have an injury concern. It is Lord Amwa who has gone down.
I think it's something that started just a little over 2 minutes into the game. You could see him limping. It looks like it's getting worse, but he's up on his feet and probably may be able to continue.
It's one of the most consistent right backs in the Ghana Premier League over the last 2 seasons, dating back from his days at Brecum Chelsea. He's shown consistency in that position and he's been an integral part of this Asante Kotoko team since joining Lord Amwa.
Well, quite a number of injuries have actually slowed him down a bit. But whenever he picks up, he's on that right-hand side. He offers a lot more to the Kotoko team.
Here is Ofori. Samuel Champon. Oh, shows too much of the ball to the opponent and Donzo takes advantage. Saka Dauda down the right for the Kotoko. Back to Amwa. Good combination play between Amwa and Dauda, sends a cross, is cleared away by Atenga.
Well, that was quick passing between Amwa and then Saka Dauda, but the final delivery couldn't find the intended target. You contrast Vincent Atenga. If you want the ball to get past him, it must be well calculated and delivered.
Amwa with a long throw, away by Atenga again. Further away by Nkua, controlled calmly by Joseph Amwa for Kotoko. Aqua tries to go through the middle, handball against Aqua. Fair call by Julian Nuno.
Well, that was a heavy pass there from Joseph Amwa. That control took it away from Peter Miroko, and you can understand his complaint. He wanted it better. And that was a strong challenge that came in from Justice Arthur.
GoldStars have a corner from the boot of Kotoko's captain Samba O'Neill. one of those players whose contract talks have also made the headlines in the last couple of days. Kotoko struggling to keep hold of their main man and big boss at the back. Shown great leadership since assuming the captaincy role at Kotoko, Samba O'Neill. Corner for GoldStars, Samuel Champon to take. Nkua Atakumi in between Ensu and Beidou. He goes for the short corner for stage A. Goes in the middle. That ball came from Justice Arta, but the final effort from Prince Opoko Ajiman takes a deflection for us. A corner to GoldStars.
Looked more like a training ground routine. Wasn't well delivered. And Samba O'Neill, as always, in the right place at the right time to make that block.
Michael Nkua to take the corner. Same routine. It's a short one for AJ. Back to Nkua. He goes with a curler, but it's gone horribly wrong and out for a goal kick.
Disastrous way of delivering the ball. It went in more like it was going for the drive to hit the target instead of just sending the ball back into the penalty area. That was quite a poor delivery.
Justice Arta. Ensu did well with it. Ball out. Yakubu Dogo, lovely play from the youngster. He switched one to Donzo. Now Donzo goes with a right-footed delivery that is making no impact.
It was quite surprising he went in with his weaker foot. I'm expecting him to at least pull that cut back for Donzo. He was approaching. He tried to find Peter Amidu at the far post. But that was quite poor execution from him.
GoldStars are on 8-game unbeaten run here at the Dance Park. They remain unbeaten here this season.
That was quite an impressive form. If you want to win the league, you must be very much dominant at home.
Here comes GoldStars, but there's a clearance away by Henry Ensu. Throw into GoldStars.
Kotoko leaving quite dangerously. Lots of loose ends in their defense and midfield, and GoldStars are taking very good advantage of it.
Throw-in taken. Prince Opoko Ajiman wants the space for stage J. Lovely tense. That's a good clearance by the Kotoko captain. Ajiman's delivery just goes out for a goal kick.
That was clever and intelligent play there from Prince Opoko Ajiman, holding up play, waited and offered that ball. Fed for stage A, and this brilliant 10. It's quite unfortunate he found Samba O'Neill right in the path of his delivery.
Kamara aiming at Aqua. Rafiu gets the better of Aqua, who had the final touch on it. Opoko Ajiman to Vincent Atenga. Nkua not on the same page for stage J. Saka Dauda, Marfin Donzo, Hubert Jehu. Brilliant play from Jehu, switches to Saka Dauda. Amwa makes the run. Now Saka to Amwa, he sends a cross, and again is Atenga. Saka Dauda swings in across. Aqua lurking, nothing positive. In the end, there's a foul against Asante Kotoko.
It was quite unfortunate, but that was quite a decent play there from Justice Arthur, getting right in front of Peter Amidu, forcing him to lose the ball. You can understand, he just had to trip Foster on his way in getting from that fall when he made that clearance.
This is the 7th game for Justice Arthur this season. One of those players who are getting a look in after the arrival of the new coach, Fritz Schmidt. Same for Rafiu, his 4th appearance of the season. Jeu is trying to pick out Aqua. Ofori tries to play the safety first. And Aqua quickly picks out Donzo from the throne. Here is Donzo. Goes past his marker. Donzo, great save by Kobe. Corner Asante Kotoko. Good reflexes by the GoldStars goalkeeper.
That was fantastic play there. Quick throw in. And once it got to Marvin Donzo, look at that cutback. And a brilliant effort going for the near post. Sharp reflexes. This is a top goalkeeper, one of the best in the league. And he's proven it once again.
Part of the reason GoldStars won the Premier League last season, Emmanuel Kobe, even when Bofoko got relegated, he was one of those precious diamonds in that Bofoko setup. He guided GoldStars to win the Premier League last term, and it's no fluke. They are still in the hunt for the title. He's been brilliant for them all season, Kobe.
There's a game of football, you need to be as sharp and smart. Great opportunity, and once GoldStars left off a bit of their concentration, Kotoko capitalized on that weakness. Quick throwing from Peter Amidou. And the goalkeeper was very much aware after Afele before he was just deleted from the screen by Hesman. The effort just went straight down. You can understand why Kobe is in pain. He had to quickly make the readjustment. But Murray Findozo seems to be picking up some great confidence.
It's brilliant to see him try to even go with a weaker foot when the need arises. He's trying to step up his game in the Asante Kotoko attacking setup, knowing very well that with the arrival of Dogo and Poku still struggling to find his form, he needs to up his game week in, week out.
And that's exactly what Karim Zito will be expecting. You can understand lots and lots of questions about this team. But they continuously keep making errors up front, but I think they seem a lot more positive, and the build-up play has been much more impressive from Saka Dauda to Dogo, from Peter Amidou to find Murray Donzo.
Kotoko have a corner. Lord Amwa to take the corner. And Julian Nunu have some concerns. Some scuffling there between Prince Opoko Ajiman and skipper of Kotoko, Samba O'Neill. He's trying to make things very clear to the two. It's very clear. Ajiman have sensed the aerial threat of the Kotoko captain and would want to keep him at bay as Lord Amwa readies to deliver the corner. Again, it's this time like a mismatch from the screen. Saka and Atinga having a banter of their own. Amwa to take the corner. Lord Amwa swings one to the near post, away by Amon Kote. Returned by Jeu. Amwa. Aqua couldn't pick out Amwa, but Jeu wins possession, goes for goal, and it's gone wide for a goal kick.
Oh, that was quite impressive. That from Ube Jeu stealing that scrap. Was aiming for near post, but that was quite an effort. That wasn't going to trouble Manuel Kobe in post.
Jeu has got 4 goals in 17 games for Kotoko this season. From midfield, he's been one of the brightest spots in this Kotoko setup. There's a foul against Joseph Amwa for that push on Justice Arthur.
Oh, that was quite a barging to him there. But Hubert Joe has been brilliant so far, especially when his position has been altered quite a number of times. Lots of changes in his gameplay, but he's still tried to remain one of the best performing Kotoko players this season.
Arthur. It's 20 minutes at the dance park in Bibiani. Defending champions of the Premier League GoldStars, Neo Kotoko Neo. Here is Amwa. Now Jehu to Donzo. Bedu is trying to pick out Saka from the right side. Here is Dadas, Saka Dauda. Back to Lord Amwa. Surges forward with confidence. He finds Saka. Lovely play from Saka. He goes down. There's a clumsy challenge from Richard Amonkote. Kotoko free kick.
Very impressive play there. Lots of confidence, how he carries the ball. Quick feet. And he has that ability to get past his man, Amonkote there. He's caught flat-footed and had to only make that challenge. Saka would have gotten that ball onto his favorite left foot, and that would have been dangerous.
Free kick for Asante Kotoko. Kobe has got job to do here as the Porcupines plan to execute something special. There's Joseph Amwa and Lord Amwa. The two Amwas combined to execute this free kick for the Porcupines, aiming for the opening goal here at the dance park. It will be Joseph Amwa. He goes over it, and Lord Amwa swings one in and is flicked away by Ofori. Not out of danger, and it's plucked firmly by Emmanuel Kobe.
That was quite the ball aiming for far post, where Marifin Donzo was lacking. But great defensive work there, and good gather by Kobe. Confidence at his peak coming out for that ball.
Atakumi, Rafiu, Amonkote, Nkua. Here is Foster AJ. Lovely turn, dancing around Prince Bedu, Prince Opoko Ajiman. Amonkote, lovely possession from GoldStars.
Lots of confidence in their build-up, they know what to do.
Nkua, chest can't go past. Henry Ensu, clever reading of the game from Ensu.
He knows exactly where that ball was aiming towards, quickly slot into the gap left by Lord Amwa. Looks like GoldStars are looking for that penetrative pass to find Atakumi and Opoko Ajiman. But it hasn't been a success.
Atenga with a long one in, trying to pick out Atakumi, who lays one to Nkua. Again, Lord Amwa comes in the way of Nkua. A champon. Atakumi. A J. Ensu wins it. Amonkote brings down Morifin Donzo. Free kick Asante Kotoko.
That was calm recovery there, Henry Ensu. Has been quite impressive so far. Finding Donzo and Amonkote once again. There was no way he was going to win that ball without bringing Donzo down and actually prevent him from being on his bike. That would have been a quick break for the Porcupines.
Not looking good for GoldStars as goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe goes down once again. The GoldStars gaffer Marcus Fritz Smith will be a worried man, knowing very well that losing Kobe at this time will be disadvantageous for their cause to return to winning ways.
It was quite a step in one once he went down with the first quick dive. Looks like lots of strapping has to be done. Looks more like a foot problem. Maybe something he can try and deal with.
Over 50 appearances for GoldStars since arriving from Bofokwa. Gaining his debut in the African Champions League with GoldStars in those 2 games against JS Kabylie. He's grown as one of the most improved goalkeepers on the local scene in the last 3 seasons, Emmanuel Kobe.
Well, he's the trusted, the safest pair of hands. It's actually giving them lots of confidence, lots of boot. And it breeds lots of confidence in the team. Even though they have an able general captain in Kusi on the bench who could easily slot in to replace him. I think they cannot afford to lose him.
Kobe should be fine. It's very clear that he's been treated and he'll be fine. In the stances, the Bibiani GoldStars CEO right in the middle of those two gentlemen sporting the GoldStars yellow jersey, and he's up on his feet. Certainly a man under pressure.
Well, certainly he needs to win this game. He cannot afford to drop lots more points at home, knowing that the Ghana Premier League in the second round doesn't give you that luxury of getting a lot of points when you're on the road.
GoldStars have 32 points from 18 games. They're live fourth on the league table. They've won 10 times this season, 2 draws and 6 defeats, including that 2-0 defeat against Kotoko at the Baba Yara Stadium. They scored 19 goals and conceded 20. Interestingly, they have a goal deficit. The only team amongst the top 4 with a goal deficit.
I'm sure they will be wondering why is it that we score so much, why we concede so much.
That's the earlier chance that fell to Morifin Donzo. Lovely turn around of Ofori with the right foot, and it's an instinctive reaction from Emmanuel Kobe.
And that was where the injury came. You can see that was quick recovery there from Ofori, but Donzo calmly took his time, brought the ball onto his weaker foot. That was a low carpet drive that could have easily gotten past Kobe. Sharp reflexes, you can understand why. An awkward dive to save the ball with his lower limbs has caused him that discomfort.
For this man, it's 4 goals for him in the Premier League. As the Asante Kotoko bench, interesting, 2 former Swatcherman players, Emmanuel Kote and Walid Hussein Inema, having fun on the bench.
Well, it's quite interesting to see them. At this point in time, they have no responsibility on their shoulders. And for Kote, for a player who struggled in the last couple of months, he's back on the bench after an injury, you know, disturbed or almost took him away from his career. Kotoko battled, had to settle on Lord Amwa because they brought Yakubu Abu, who came on during the preseason but hasn't really been great for them. Good to see them. Hopefully they get a part to play.
The GoldStars goalkeeper is up on his feet, and no more worries for the technical team.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Kamara goes long and is aiming at Donzo. Atinga is first to rise and get the ball. Foster J is pushed down by Prince Bedu. Foul for GoldStars.
It's quite a needless position to commit that. Free kick giving it away. Liberty for GoldStars to move away from being in a very tight cage.
Prince Opokwajiman, that's the drive that goes over the pass. He did well to shove off the challenge from Samba O'Neill, but the effort just rising above.
Great show of strength there from Opokwajiman. It's quite impressive. Good strength, upper body, making sure the Samba O'Neill was going to struggle for that, but look at that delivery from Atinga. That is what he offers the team. Those cross-field, long deliveries. I'm sure Samba O'Neill getting to know this is a striker I cannot play and give him any inch. He'll turn it into a mile.
Aqua, here is Jeu. Tries to switch to Saka. Bedu, a champion's ball controlled by Jeu. Lovely play in that midfield by Hubert Jeu. Was nearly obstructed by Julian. That's what to find Saka Dauda. Swings in a cross, and Donzo is not meeting the cross. He falls to Aqua. Aqua sends another cross in and is away by Atinga. Opokwajiman picks out Atakumi. Brought down by Henry Enso. Free kick for GoldStars. Henry Enso bringing down the GoldStars Maxman.
That was quite a bad challenge there. He went in with a stamp, and he's lucky to escape a caution. The stats were showing and the intent was just glaring. Very good gather there from Kumi.
That's Barry Maban, who scored a spectacular in that comeback 3-2 win over Dreams FC. 9 fouls on Kotoko's side, 3 on GoldStars. And we've hit the half-hour mark here at the dance park. GoldStars, nil. Kotoko nil. Poorly delivered by Atenga. How did he do that? And Kotoko take advantage. Here is Saka Dauda. He equally gives away possession. That's dangerous, very dangerous. Yellow card to Saka Dauda for that foul on Justice Arthur.
Oh, trying to make amends there for his mistake, giving the ball away. That was quite a rash challenge, even though there wasn't contact. The intent is what he's been punished for by Julian Nuno, very much experienced referee. I think Saka Dauda will be ruining his stats for getting into the books of the referee this very early moment. Justice Arthur, the victim.
First player to be yellow carded by Julian Nuno today. The Kotoko attacker, Saka Dauda. Here is Richard Amonkote. We start with Kobe. Joseph Amwa almost losing it against Arta. Rafiu, brilliant. That's what to pick out of Fori. Some calmness and composure being exhibited by Rafiu on that right side.
You can quite understand the reason why there's lots of confidence shown in him by Marcus Smith, keeping him there and pushing Ofori into central defense. He's clever, calm, and knows exactly what he's about. So quite the two teams have tried to be a lot more creative, but they've also been a bit careful not to commit lots of mistakes.
Absolutely. The last encounter here was a close one until Hamza Tamusa found that only goal to get Kotoko champion of champions status before the start of the campaign. GoldStars got their fair share in the Galka top 4 when they beat Asante Kotoko. You recall that horrible mistake committed by Henry Enso. And in the Premier League, Kotoko beat them 2-0 in the first half of the campaign this time.
I'm sure Hamza Tah would have loved to be at this venue where he started the season quite brightly after the disastrous top 4. Unfortunately, injury has ruled him out of this game.
Lovely play from Ajay. A champion overindulges, and here is Dogo. Wants the space to drive, is blocked by Ofori, headed away by Rafiu. Not out of danger as Aqua Lexon finds control. Samba O'Neill. Hubert Joe switches to Lord Amwa on the right. Good 1-2 between Amwa and Bedu, but he allows Saka to pick it up. It's lovely play from Kotoko. Here comes Lord Amwa. Clever tracking back. Clever defending from Samuel Champon.
Very impressive play there from Asante Kotoko. Quick pass, but look at that recovery. A sliding tackle. Right place at the right time.
It was Nkua who had tracked back after realizing that a champion was nowhere to be found on that left-hand side.
Good sense of responsibility helping that left back and his absence. A show of teamwork, and that is how Industrious inquires.
Corner for Asante Kotoko, and Joseph Amwa swings one in, and Kobe comes out. Finally gets control of that one. First AJ goes down. I didn't see any contact on him, but here is Atakumi up against Prince Bedu. Atakumi unable to skip past Bedu. He gets a corner for his effort.
You can quite understand there. Forster had to hit the ground with his foot. And that was quick play there from GoldStars, nearly catching Kotoko, who were now trying to recover. But Prince Bedu, that is his duty in the absence of the centre back. You slot in to make these interceptions.
10 more minutes to the break. GoldStars nil, Kotoko nil. Is a corner for the home side to be taken by Simon Echampon. Echampon swings one to the far post. Atinga is arriving with a header, cleared away by Henry Ensu, throwing GoldStars.
So that was quite a very good leap there from Henry Ensu. He couldn't take chances. Vincent Atinga comes in towering always.
Ofori with a throw. Opoko Ajiman. Echampon. Lovely ball to Opoko Ajiman, but the control not promising enough. Indeed, a flag had gone up from Seth Ableto, the assistant referee, one for offside against Bibiani GoldStars. It was Vincent Atinga actually the man caught in that offside trap.
Well, he should have known better. There's a centre-back who understands these very well, more than any other. I'm sure he couldn't read his environment quickly.
Jewu wins the free kick for Asante Kotoko. GoldStars have 22 home points this season, 7 wins from 8 home games, with just 1 draw against Mediama in that outstanding Premier League game played here a couple of weeks ago. Dauda seems to be surprised that the decision has gone against him.
It looks like there's a quick switch of flanks between himself and Peter Amiduakwa. Confusing their markers.
Here's Lord Amoa. Misunderstanding, confusion on which direction the throw-in should be going. Nkua caught in the mix.
Well, I think that the ball came back off Peter Amidu, but he was outside the playing territory.
Atakumi appeals for a foul, claiming he was pushed down by the Kotoko captain referee, who have none of that. Here is Saka. GoldStars refuse. Jewu is trying to switch across the field now. Morefin Donzo shows great desire. Donzo now Jewu into space. He drives. He's blocked by Atinga. Saka with a cross, header by Yakubu, and it's a good save by Kobe again. Yakubu Dogo, first attempted goal in the Kotoko jersey, and Kobe had to rise to the occasion.
He knew he could have done better. Quick steal there from Ubejo. One second out and got that ball. And Inswenga, looks like a ricochet off the shoulder of Dogo. He wanted it quite better, but couldn't really direct his neck muscles. And quite an easy catch for Emmanuel Kobe. He makes much more brilliant saves than this. If you offer him this, he's going to quickly get them into his safe palms.
What a moment it would have been for the Kotoko new recruits joined from second division side Mid City, who play in the Ashanti Regional Second Division League. Foster J, Amon Kote. Good track back by Dogo, but it's here Atakumi, and it's straight to Mohamed Kamara.
That is how instinctive Atakumi is. He's had very few efforts in there. Once you lose the defense, he picks up that scrap. But I think that was just directed through the middle. And there was no way Kamara was going to allow that. Get past him.
Here is Saka up against Rafiu. Fair challenge from Rafiu. Shows great strength to win the ball, but he's given it away to Joseph Amwa. Asaka Dauda still stays down. Amwa's cross is uninspiring as he goes out for a goal kick.
That's quite a terrible delivery there. You can see he understands and makes the apology. He was quite looking for Morifin Donzo and Dogo, who were inside the penalty area.
Injury concern for Asante Kotoko's number 11, Saka Dauda. He's been one of those players who have been on and off the field due to injuries. And the medical team will be worried that he's gone down again at 40 minutes here at the dance park.
It's quite unfortunate. He seems to have some spark in life in today's game. Cool. That is an area that has been troubling him this entire season. Just like you mentioned, the medical team wouldn't want to see him come up, and the coach himself wouldn't want to see his brilliance curtailed by that knock. He's just begged, and thankfully he's up and should be able to work this at least for the remainder of the first half.
And it's 5 minutes away from the break. No goals at the dance park in the top line of match day 19. Kotoko coming close with that Morifin Donzo drive, saved cleverly by Kobe, and then the weak header by Yakubu Dogo, also easily collected by Kobe. Ensu's header. Prince Beidou. Atakumi takes possession from Beidou. Brings it back to Foster J. Not a good ball from AJ, trying to find Samuel Champon. Lord Amoa wins the throw-in off for Champon.
Very good defensive work there coming in from Lord Amoa. The Champon was a bit late. He never expected that ball. Lord was first to it. And he made sure he wasn't going to lose any touch.
Two Kotoko players already warming up. Inusa and Johnson. Here is Opoko Ajiman. Switches to Nkua. Flag stays down. Nkua, the cutback is poor, and Kotoko reclaim possession. Yakubu, lovely ball. Here is Aqua. Can't go past Ofori. Clever reading of the game by Ofori.
Brilliant defensive work there from Ofori. Wasn't in a rush, took his time and make that interception.
GoldStars lead possession with 55%, with Kotoko, the away side, coming up with some 45% of possession. Now GoldStars, Beidou, Ensu clears. Saka heads it down looking for Dogo, but Atinga gets it away for GoldStars. Here is Justice Arta up against Joseph Amoa. Amon Kote. Poor ball from AJ. The idea was very obvious. He wanted to pick out Nkua, but poor execution.
Brilliant decision he tried to make there. Foster had that vision, but that threaded pass couldn't find his man, who was quite a little bit outstretched from his initial position.
Saka is unhappy with the challenge from Rafiu. Second time he's going down from a physical contest against Rafiu.
He understands, but he cannot allow his marker to feel comfortable. He's really had a very good start to the game, and if you allow him any freedom, he's going to just torment the GoldStars defense. That was tactical from Rafiu.
Amoa. Aqua. Swings in across. Donzo is arriving. Kobe gets it away. Justice Arta is pushed down. You know, very intelligent way to win the foul. He knew exactly what he wanted. Stood right in front of the Kotoko player, who aggressively pushed him down without any option.
Exactly, knowing that he has that problem of a yellow card and cannot really get into a ragged tackle. Read the situation, and once he had that outstretched arm, Sakadauda gave himself away.
"14 fouls on Kotoko's end and 5 at GoldStars. And there we have another player. This time is Rafiu Ibrahim, the right back, who has gone down.
This doesn't look good for him. He's really had quite a very decent game. Peter Miduaka was stopped. He couldn't really cause lots of trouble. Sakadauda has come. He hasn't really been an overly dominant display over the right back. I'm sure from his impressive display in the last couple of games, you wouldn't want to lose him.
Absolutely. We've done 45 minutes already here at the Dance Park in Bibiani. It's GoldStars nil, Kotoko nil. Saka. Yakubu Dogo beaten in the air by Atenga, and Ofori gets it away under pressure from Saka. We're doing 3 additional minutes already here at the Dance Park.
It's quite understandable. There's been a number of stoppages, treatment to goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe.
Samba with a through ball looking for Donzo, but it's stolen by Rafiu. Justice Arta comes up against Joseph Amoa, both left-footed players. Teasing Amoa around the line, swings in across to the box, away by Samba. Ofori steps up for Amonkote. Atinga. Samuel Champon. Very poor delivery by the left back. He's been very brilliant this afternoon. He's been one of the brightest spots for GoldStars, but this was horribly delivered.
Well, that was quite a poor delivery there. There was too much space left for him. There wasn't pressure from Peter Amidu, and you can understand why. Kamara was fuming at his right winger. He wanted him to get a bit more close.
The last home game for GoldStars was a drawn game against Mediama, but the previous one before the Mediama game was the one that shook the foundations of the Bibiani Township. From 2 goals down, they came to beat Dreams FC by 3 goals to 2. A win that propelled them to their current second spot, to their current 4th spot on the league log. They were second before yesterday's game between Hazabok and Dreams.
You don't quite understand the reason why they've had that slam.
Amwa delivers, and that flick on by Henry Ensu goes out for a goal kick.
It was quite, a sharp delivery, but not the very best of connections. Looked like the back of his head trying to connect and aim for the top left corner.
Any moment from now, FIFA referee Julian Nuno will whistle to bring the first half to an end. Kamara is called to duty. He responds with a big clearance, and that's the whistle to wrap up the first half of this big game here at the Dance Park in Bibiani. It's truly lived up to the bill. Asante Kotoko creating some decent chances. Top of them is that drive from Morifin Donzo, who was denied by the outstretched foot of Emmanuel Kobe. It's half-time at the Dance Park here in Bibiani, match day 19 of the Ghana Premier League. Asante Kotoko drawing against GoldStars here. And for possession, it's been GoldStars who have had a better shot, 55, with Kotoko coming up with 45, 3 corners for the home side. Saka Dauda, the only player to be yellow carded in this afternoon's game. Both teams have had 2 shots, with Kotoko having 2 on target. Half-time at the Dance Park. GoldStars nil, Asante Kotoko nil.
at the break here at the dance park between Bibiani GoldStars and Asante Kotoko. Both teams have had a few half chances, and we could have had a little bit of goals in this one, but goalkeepers have been superb so far, and that is why the game is goalless. Now I'm here with the assistant coach of Asante Kotoko, Coach Prince Yaosu. Coach, I mean, you had one glorious opportunity, Morfin Donzo, in the early part of the game. Do you think he could have done better?
Yeah, I think he was at the right position at the right time, and he had the ball. Just to watch the goalkeeper before he hit the ball. He just hit the ball right to the goalkeeper, and he made the save out of it.
Still very much in the game. What needs to change in the second half?
Yeah, we have to keep on doing what we're doing right now. If you watch at the bench, I'm quiet sitting down just because you're doing the right thing.
All right.
So we are on track.
Well, wish you the very best, Coach Prince. Also the assistant coach of Asante Kotoko. It's goalless between them and GoldStars in match day 19 of the Ghana Premier League here at the dance park. The man who just, gave up the reins of being the first team coach, Smith. He has taken charge of the team for some time now. Nanaya Amankwa. Coach, I mean, the first half has been superb from both teams, but how would you assess the performance of your boys in the first 45 minutes?
They did very well. Concerning the possession, they dominated the possession, but the last pass to finish the game at the goal end has become problem for the team.
Now, would you want to make some adjustment to the tactics or personnel rather?
That will determine when we go into the dressing room. We know we can change the game in the second half. We saw Kotoko are playing long balls. Yeah, they are playing direct, and we are keeping the ball. But it's normally we can't go inside the goal area of the opponent. That is our problem for now. We are going to solve it.
Well, let's see what you come up with. Nanaya Amankwa is the assistant coach of Bibiani GoldStars. It's goalless between them and Asante Kotoko. First 45 minutes done and dusted. We take a quick breather. When we return, Jeffrey Sari will join me for the first half analysis. Welcome back. You're still watching the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and on your TV. You are here at the dance park for match day 19. It's goalless. The break between Kotoko, who are the visiting side, and Bibiani GoldStars, who are the home side here. My name is Mutala Yakubu. We spoke to the assistant coaches at the break, and this time Jeffrey Asari is here. It's been breathless. It's been end-to-end action. We've had all the entertainment, but goals in this one.
Well, very thrilling and excellent performances. When GoldStars started, it started quickly. Atakumi, there was a free kick. Then Henry Anson Atakumi free kick. Michael Mboa wasted it, and then another second free kick. Once again, it was Ansu, and then Samuel Acham also wasted it. Then Kotoko Mefo came to the party, gave a wonderful pass to Borofin Dozo. First one wasted, second one blocked by Rabiu, third one go by Manakobi, has to come out with an excellent save. It was an intelligent play by Borofin Dozo. Reason why first pole, he knew the goalkeeper opened up the other part for a reflex save. So he was going to lock up the goalkeeper.
Was it a bad miss from Morfin Donzo, or it was great goalkeeping from Emmanuel Kobe? Because Morfin Donzo had the option of placing the ball to the far post.
First of all, Morfin Donzo is an intelligent play to deceive the goalkeeper. Because the goalkeeper positioned himself to make sure that no matter what, Morfin was going to place the ball on the right side. But he also thought wise to beat the goalkeeper by placing the ball at the first post, which goalkeeper struggled to grab at that time. So he did it, but it was excellent thinking by goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe to get
of course. So Bibiani GoldStars went to sleep a bit, and Morfin Dozo almost gave Asante Kotoko the lead. But so far, we've seen glimpses from Dogo, who was signed by Kotoko a few days ago. He started pretty well, but faded out, I think, in the latter part of the first half.
Well, I think his maiden game for Asante is a big game for him to be in Kotoko's shed and playing an away from home. But even that, Rabi Ibrahim, I mean, he had a wonderful block on the right side, and then the second one, he brought the best out of goalkeeper Kobe again. That's Dogu. That's a fantastic performance for him. Now, on the part of Bibiani GoldStars, a lot of supply is not going out front. You realize Samata Kumi had one shot where goalkeeper Mohamed Kamara. Wonderful long ball from the captain Atinga. Then it fell to Prince Ajiman, but unfortunately went over the bar. Foster J had a wonderful blast, but Samba O'Neill intelligently saw it and scooped it. So, I mean, it's been some nice creative play from both teams, but the chances fell to Asante Kotoko. Good blocks, 2 good blocks, and 2 good saves from goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe.
Now you look at Bibiani GoldStars, and with all the possession that they've had, they are yet to test goalkeeper Kamara. It looks like it should come from Atakumi and Prince Opoku Ajiman, but Prince has not done enough in the first half.
Well, he's not done enough. He needs to understand the situation. That listen, he needs to create for attack. If Atakumi does not have the supply, he can't do anything. He's been ineffective. If he's been in the first half, he's been too quiet. Apart from that chance, he blew over the bar. He's not really been into play. He's not dropped him. He's not giving the needed pass he needs to do. If that continues the next 10 minutes, they have to bring in Berimaba and take him off, because the team needs to perform and create a lot of chances for the strikers to be instinctive in front of goal.
Of course, and so many players or new players are impressing in this game. The right back for Bibiani GoldStars, Rabiu, he has not played the entire season, and all of a sudden a new coach comes and he starts playing, and this is a big game and he's impressing. Intelligent
and quality play, good position at every point in time. The 2 blocks from Donzo and Dogo was intelligent body position that make it possible for him to send in the leg, and that's brilliant play for somebody who's having his debut. That's a brilliant play for a young chap.
Of course, and I know that there would be a lot of changes in the second half. Or which team are you expecting to first dip their hands into their substitute bench?
Well, I mean, Bibiani GoldStars.
Who should come on?
Berimaba should come on. He'll give you creativity, cutting edge, and also goals.
Okay.
So, for me, I'll let Prince Opoku Ajiman off and Berimaba, and this will even come the beginning of the second half.
But Kote has been quiet for GoldStars. Usually, he's one person who dictates play in that midfield, but he's not really clicked today.
Yes, and that's the reason why you realize that Justice Atta is doing a lot of the work, but Kote must up his game in the second half. If he doesn't up his game, then Emmanuel Kunto should come in the second half for him.
Of course, for Asante Kotoko, they are in a good position. They are drawing this one. But would you think that, or would you say Zito should throw the kitchen sink at Bibiani GoldStars and try and go for the 3 points with the avalanche of stars they have on their bench? Who are you expecting to come on first?
Well, for me, I think that Kotoko should start maybe the next 15 minutes, 665, because they are doing very well. You created 2 chances blocked, 2 on target. Is good for you. Walid's neighbor Hussein, I mean, he is very creative. His end product is a pro, but he will create opportunity space for Peter Midukwa, for Dogo, or Donzo if he's supposed to come for one of the midfielders.
Usually he's the creative force in that Kotoko team, Peter Amiduakwa. But the first half he's been shut down. But Rabiu,
Rabiu has closed him down. Just like, I mean, you know what Augustine did to him? Augustine did to him
when they played Brekum Chelsea in the last match.
Yeah, so Rabiu, you could see that they watch videos of Peter Amiduakwa. His track, his movement, narrow the spaces for him not to exploit very well.
Yeah, one of the points or one of the places in that Kotoko team that GoldStars were looking to exploit was that defensive pair of Henry Ansu and Sambo Nel, because they've not played much together this season. But Henry Ansu, how would you assess his first half performance?
Well, first half has been good. He's been efficient. You understand? He's not, apart from the 2 free kicks that he committed early on attack, I found that he's been efficient, he's been well. But it's also because they are not taking him to dribble around him. That will make him struggle. But so far, the first 45 minutes, he's been efficient. And he's it
looks like Saka Dauda has not recovered fully, and he's even received a yellow card in this game. Would you take him off if you were Zito?
Of course, but you still give him some 15 minutes to come, and you can't just, for a player, you're encouraging him to, be match competitive. So you need to give him a little time. After 15 minutes, you take him off.
Okay. Now, one thing I have noticed about the GoldStars team is that they want to play the long balls into the half of Kotoko. Is that not where you bring in the likes of Razak Sanu, the tall striker, so that he can flick the ball to the likes of Atakumi?
Of course, if you want to play long ball, who is
because I've seen that Vincent Atinga likes to play it long from the back.
Yeah, he did one. Prince Opoko blew it over the back. Who is receiving it? Who is holding it up? Who is controlling it? Who is blocking to lay it? You need somebody who can do that before. You don't just kick the long ball for the sake of it. When you do that, you concede possession to your opponent easily. So if they want to play the long ball, then Razak Sanu must come in. He hold up play, blocks and lay.
Battle between Foster and J. Lord Amwa, who has won the first half?
No, I think Foster.
Foster has won.
Foster.
Yeah, but anytime Lord Amwa bumps forward, he seems to cause problems within the half of GoldStars, because the left back of GoldStars, I think he got confused at the point, and he was even having a banter with their captain.
Lord
Natinga
is doing that because he has 3 wonderful passes to Saka Dauda there, and Saka Dauda cutting so what. They are having good understanding, just that it's not been consistent. But that partnership between him and Saka Dauda there has been impressive, has created problem for the left back, as we indicated.
What are you envisaging in the second half?
Well, we are going to have more combative game than before, and we might have a goal. It can come from any side.
Well, let's see if we might have a goal in this one, but we know that it's goalless between Bibiani GoldStars and Asante Kotoko at the moment. Both teams are back onto the pitch. The referee will blow his whistle for the second half to begin shortly. So I'll hand you over back to our team of commentators, Nana Dakwa JC and Kelvin Owusu-Ansah. See you after the 90 minutes.
Welcome back for second half of this match day 19th top line of the Ghana Premier League. Defending champions GoldStars and Asante Kotoko drew goalless at half time, and Kotoko had the better chances of going on top to score, but denied by Emmanuel Kobi on 2 occasions from Morifin Donzo and Yakubu Dogo. But the home side have responded from the break with 2 substitutions. Samuel Ajman has gone off for Edward. Samuel Echampon is out for Edward Ajman, and Michael Nkua is out for Emmanuel Ejay.
Interesting substitution coming in from the coach. Obviously, he would want to have some more vibrancy into his play.
Julian Nuno whistles for the start of the second half here at the dance park. Here is Samba O'Neill. Rafiu gets it away for GoldStars. Samba O'Neill concedes the first throw of the second half. Nope. It's kept in well by GoldStars. Justice Arta. Here is Ensu. Saka. Edward Ajman's first involvement in the game, and it's positive. Here's Asante Kotoko on the move. Referee reaches his pocket. It's certainly a yellow for Rafiu Mohammed. Deliberate.
There was no way he was going to escape that. He had to slide in. Peter was smart. Nick the ball away from him. Look at that. Quick to that. And that is it there. He had already committed himself. There was no way Julian Nuno was going to spare him there.
Rafiu Ibrahim, GoldStars player to get into the books of Julian Nuno this afternoon. Joseph Amwa delivers. Donzo not making the needed contact. He knows that this was a chance for him.
He kept his eyes off the ball, wasn't expecting it in that quick moment. Could see the first touch letting him down in that instance.
Edward Arjiman. Saka is pushed down by the GoldStars forward. Then used as the left back. That's confirmation of Rafiu Ibrahim's yellow card after that challenge on Aqua a while ago.
He's really going to walk a tightrope. I'm sure Marcus Smith will be asking, as soon as I took off my left back, my right back has a yellow card.
Yakubu Dogo and Kobe is up for it.
Great show of strength there by Vincent Atenga in that instance, making sure he made his body too big enough, preventing Dogo from latching onto that.
Emmanuel Ejay, Edward Arjiman. Lovely. Here is Atakumi. Referee Nuno is right there, whistles. He sees Prince Bedu's challenge as illegal, and it's a foul for GoldStars.
Looked like he had already committed himself, quick and smart. Getting past him, Dan Nick was always going to give the referee an opportunity to whistle for a foul once the progression of the ball wasn't made by GoldStars.
A while ago, on your screen, two assistant coaches, Gordon Ablode and Nanaya Amonkote delivers. You can count on camera to make light work of this.
That's wakeful. You cannot be handing the goalkeeper these balls. And a safe zone, the goalkeeper's area. Looking at his stature, there's no way he was going to allow anyone get to that before him.
Good play between Amwa and Aqua. Here comes Aqua. He wants to put an early ball in for Dogo. He still hangs on to possession. Comes up against Atinga, swings in across, takes the deflection of Rafiu, and Prince Bedu's header straight to Kobe.
That is Peter Midoka started causing problems on the right-hand side of defense for GoldStars, especially when he knows that Rafiu is on a yellow card. We're going to plunge a lot more of the ball through that channel for him to create.
Ofori beats Donzo to it. Amon Kote, he's not been at his best this afternoon, basically because the likes of Jehu has been giving him a run of his money. Here is Dogo, who's trying to get it back before applying that needed power, but it's promising in the opening 49 minutes for the debutant.
I was quite surprised about credit to Edward Achaman. After that failure to have the concentration between himself and his captain, quickly made that recovery.
Yakubu Dogo, he scored 16 goals in 13 Division 2 games for Mid-City last season. It resulted in a loan deal outside to Sweden. Corner taken by Amwa. Good fist away by Kobe for another corner.
He'll be quite disappointed. No Kotoko player attacked that. You can understand why he gets it to them. You can't allow the goalkeeper to have that freedom in picking these deliveries.
Lord Amwa to take the free kick again. Second successive free corner kick for Asante Kotoko. Again, Julian Nuno, ensuring that there's some sanity in that 18-yard box. Lord Amwa delivers. Referee spots an infringement.
You can understand some pushing and shoving in there. Saka down at the culprit. And quite unfortunately, there was quite a good whip coming towards the near post, but Julian Nuno was not going to take any of the shoving inside the penalty area. It's quite surprising the number of set pieces, but they haven't been quite utilized.
Justice Arthur. Good movement from Arthur. Swings in across, away by Samba O'Neill. Amon Kote. Foster AJ takes it. Brilliant play from AJ. He sends one to attack me, but Samba O'Neill is there.
Very good delivery that came in. The pass was just brilliant, but unfortunately couldn't really find the right foot to keep that control, and Samba O'Neill quickly cleared.
GoldStars taking the game to Asante Kotoko in the second half. The tempo have gone up a bit from the home side's perspective.
They look more pumped up, much more energy and clear approach in trying to attack Kotoko.
Rafiu Ibrahim to take the free kick for GoldStars. And Rafiu swings one in the Kotoko area. Samba O'Neill is first to get to the ball. And Donzo hits it away to Dogo. Lovely touch from Dogo. He steps forward with confidence. Here is Yakubu Dogo. He slows down a bit, tries to pick out Saka. Saka with a cutback, and Kobe is there for GoldStars. There's a corner to Asante Kotoko.
Quite impressive play there. Morifin Donzo once again setting Dogo on his bike. Quick touch, found Saka Dauda. And look at that delivery. Kobe nearly could have slipped at his near post. But once again, he knows exactly what he's about. Reason why he's #1 here.
And there was a save from his former captain at Bofakwa. They played together at Bofakwa, Saka and Kobe. Saka joined Kotoko. He decided to switch to the mining town, where he ended up winning the Premier League title. Saka won the FA Cup. Amwa with a corner. Ansu arrived. He made contact, but not positive enough. Here is Amwa again for Asante Kotoko. Lord Amwa sets himself up for a cross, but awkward touch coming from Morifin Donzo. Is a goal kick. At the near J. Kraku, the second pack in Tamanu Town is Vision FC 1, Mediama, the league leaders, 0. Vision has been in some rich vein of form in the last couple of weeks, following a win in Doma against Eduana and a precious point pick from Samra Boy at the Century Arena against Samatex last weekend.
There seems to be a very dominant side lately, and this is a result that any of these two sides will be very much happy with should they get a win.
Kobe under pressure from Arjaman, his own player giving him that poor back pass. He's ended up clearing awkwardly, and Kotoko takes advantage from the throw. Here is Donzo. Ofori stays strong and gets the decision in favor of GoldStars. It's a goal kick.
Very good defensive work there from Ofori, not taking any chances. Morifin Donzo wanted an early touch to that ball. There was no way Ofori was going to give him that liberty, that pressure, forcing him to make that late connection to the ball.
Yakubu Dogo and Vincent Atenga trying to use his frame to advantage, but Dogo gets the better of him. Here comes Kotoko, but it's cleared away. That's some good mopping up duties by GoldStars.
It's quite impressive play there. Dogo forcing Atenga.
Amwa. Here is Aqua, space to drive. Amidu Aqua, Morifin Donzo. Jehu flies over the bar, goal kick.
Well, you're expecting one of his trademark drives. That would be on target, unfortunately for him, on his weaker foot. Not the very best of connections. It's quite impressive. Peter Amidu Aqua. Quick play between himself and Morifin Donzo. That awkward touch to that ball. And Jehu couldn't let that slide. He was always going to hit it.
We're 10 minutes into the second half, and it's GoldStars 0, Kotoko 0.
They're quite surprising. Peter Amidoka was waiting for that ball to take that bounce before trying to latch onto it.
Kotoko player then, and you could hear the scream from Lord Amwa right here in commentary position after colliding with Prince Opoko Ajiman. Jewu would not mind, finds Dogo with a poor touch from Dogo.
He was quite in a rush. That was a brilliant delivery from him. Wanted to quickly have that connection.
Hubert Jewu can't pick out Saka Dauda. He wanted it right in front of him.
You can understand the idea with which he went in for that ball. That execution couldn't find his intended target, Saka Dauda. Joe has sprung to life the second half.
He was a bit off color during the first half. You're thinking partnering Beidou for their very first start of the Premier League season might be the reason, but he stepped up into another gear in the second half. Hubert Jewu. Ofori's delivery, flicked on by Opoko Ajiman. Here is Atakumi. Now Arthur sends in a cross. Atakumi, so close. It could have been his 9th of the season, Samuel Atakumi. The cross was perfect, and that header should be coming down a bit.
That was quite a beautiful thing there from Arthur. And he managed to land just on the head of Atakumi. But you could quite understand him, that collision with Henry Entu keeping him off balance and not the kind of header he was expecting. Look at that turn from Justice Arthur. Brilliant pinpoint delivery to find a striker in the right place. There was little to do from him, but lots from Henry Entu with that pressure. And he got it off target.
The effort from the top scorer for GoldStars, Samuel Atakumi. He's made 8 goals from 18 games, 18 fouls. Kotoko 9 GoldStars. Atakumi scored 11 goals in 30 games last season, and he seems to be stepping up this season with 18 so far.
Well, I think that has been very much brilliant, and he wasn't really the lethal marksman you would have expected. He's certainly been a player who plays off the main centre forward, but it's impressive how he's become a potent scorer for this team.
Those 11 goals of his were crucial in GoldStars annexing their maiden Premier League title, and they lost just a single game in the entire campaign last season. They only got beaten by Karela at this venue when they won the Ghana Premier League. They hardly lose games at this venue. They've gone 8 games this term, no defeat for them. Kotoko break the jinx. Here comes Aqua, down the left for the Porcupines, swings in across, deflects off of Ofori. Cleared away acrobatically by J. Prince Beidou kicks it against referee Nunu, and he whistles for the game to be halted. He knows he stepped in the way of Bedou's delivery.
It was quite understandable for Beidou. He seems a bit unsettled. He cannot remain calm. You can see the reaction from Hubert Jewu. Didn't expect to hit that ball from that distance and score. It would have been wasteful.
Desperation seemed to be setting in for him.
Yeah, eager to deliver the best. But I think he needs to remain a bit more calmer.
Jewu wants to take the initiative. He's been confronted by Amonkote. Here comes Amidu Aqua. He's pushed down right before referee Julian Nunu by Justice Arthur. Free kick for Asante Kotoko.
He knew exactly what he wanted. He knew Arthur was always going to commit himself. Brilliant touch there from him. And you can see Arthur, he knows exactly where he fell short. But credit to Amonkote pushing Jewu wide. Cannot allow him to go central. And that is a mark of a good central defensive midfielder.
Free kick to Asante Kotoko. We've hit the hour mark already. No goals at the dance park in Bibiani. Free kick to Asante Kotoko. Amwa goes over it. It is Lord Amwa who swings one. Heads go up. Ensu beaten in the air by Opoko Ajiman. Samba returns it, but it's away by a J. only as far as Jehu. Here's Saka, goes past a J. Saka with a cross. Nobody's arriving for Kotoko. Rafiu gets it away under pressure. It's a corner to Asante Kotoko.
Lots of pressure there. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Quick recycling of the ball. Saka Dauda with a wicked whip. Any connection to that ball would have seen it at the back of the net. Now Rafiu took his time. He remained calm even after that poor control. We sent it out of touch. Safety first.
Lodama swings in a corner, and Kobe gets it away for another Kotoko corner.
He was aiming for a goal. Very good delivery of the ball. He knows when to make it. An in-swinger.
Another corner for Asante Kotoko. AJ doing all he can to stop Saka Dauda from making any inroads into the territory of Emmanuel Kobe. Lord Amwa to take the corner. Lord Amwa bends one in, headed away by Amon Kote. Jehu to Amwa, gets it back. Here is a J, wins the ball legitimately. He puts one through for Atakumi. Flag goes up. Atakumi is offside.
He was already off. He was so quick on his bike. You can clearly see. Just quick pass in there. Expecting a bit of a delay of the pass to at least keep him on.
Kobe switches to Atta, who flicks it down. Cleared back by O'Neill. Morifin Donzo up against Atenga. It's an awkward clearance from the GoldStars captain. Saka traps it down. Jehu back to Saka Dauda. Kotoko tries to create a chance to score. Saka to the near post. Atenga gets it away. Further away by Ofori. Corner to Asante Kotoko.
Kotoko capitalizing on the errors at the rear of GoldStars. That delivery once again, I think I'm making that poor clearance, but it came in too quickly.
Here's Amwa. Saka. Kote clears it away. He finds Atakumi. Here's a J. Stopped by Bedu. Jehu. Amwa. Good play from Jehu. Switches one to Morifin Donzo. He's got Yakubu Dogo on the right. He finds Yakubu Dogo, brings it back for Saka, drives one in, blocked by Atenga, controlled by Edward Ajiman. But they've not cleared the danger, GoldStars. Dogo, brilliant save by goalkeeper Kobe. Lovely effort from Yakubu Dogo, and an equally top-class save from Emmanuel Kobe.
That is why he's in the post. He's clearly showing the reason why he's number one. Brilliant reflex save there, but credit to Dogo. Look at that touch, just on the edge of the penalty area. A dink that would have just dropped under the crossbar.
The youngster announcing his presence in the Kotoko setup. Don't forget, this is his very first game for Asante Kotoko. It's fair to say he's given a good account of himself. Here is Lord Amwa's corner. Down by Opoko Ajiman. Atakumi is up against Bedu. Good tackle from Bedu. 65 minutes. It's an action-packed game here at the Dance Park in Bibiani. It's GoldStars 0, Asante Kotoko 0.
Lots of strength and power in that from Bedu, and you can see Atakumi. He's come over with a lot of challenges. You can quite understand he's the most dangerous player for GoldStars. And Bedu knew that if he hadn't put in that strong challenge, he was just going to tear away from him. Brilliant control from him. Excellent time, but that.
Looked like a fair challenge from Prince Bedu, but it's left something really disturbing on the GoldStars maxman. 18 fouls on Kotoko's side and 10 for GoldStars. The goalkeeper's trainer has got some words for Emmanuel Kobe, Francis Kwame Opon. He's taking advantage of the stoppage from Atakumi's treatment to speak to his goalkeeper, who has kept GoldStars in this game so far. Now it's not looking good for Atakumi. Not looking good for him. I think he's signaled the bench to take him off.
Clearly he's in so much pain. There's not a player who easily gives up. And you can understand why he wants to go off. There's no way he can continue.
Atakumi is limping off. The GoldStars top scorer. His exit wouldn't be only a blow for GoldStars in this game, but in their quest to retain the Premier League title, considering how dangerous this injury is.
You can understand, and you can see that it's not too good for the technical, but they are trying to quickly make amends and justification as to who to bring on.
Saka on his bike, pushed down by Arjiman. Fair challenge. Throw in for Asante Kotoko. Saka still stays down. And Lord Amwa shows signs of frustration. He wanted to hurriedly take the throw, thinking that they had the momentum.
He thinks there was little in that, and expected Saka to quickly get up for the game to continue. It looks like Saka is also in pain.
Atakumi can't continue. That's the challenge from Arjiman on Saka down a while ago. Referee deemed it a fair challenge.
Like him of West there, very strong challenge coming in there from Edward Arjiman. Lots of strength and power in that.
The big striker, Razak Sanu, comes in for Atakumi, like for like. Ensu, Amwa, sends a teasing cross, and Atinga gets it away. Opoko Arjiman, Ej, Edward Arjiman. No one is there for GoldStars. Joseph Amwa for Kotoko. Aqua loses possession. And Donzo gives the ball away. It's a throw into GoldStars. Bad news for GoldStars. The main man, Atakumi, being stretched off as they get ready to make their third substitution. It looks like it's a double sub they want to come up with. So Ibrahim Rafiu goes off for Bright Boachichere. Then Razak Sanu in for the injured Samuel Atakumi.
Both are like-for-like substitutions. Razak Sanu expected to fill into that space. And for Brightre, he had been the regular right back.
Chance for GoldStars. Good work by Donzo, Amon Kote, Edward Arjiman. Lord Amwa, heavy touch, throwing GoldStars.
Lots of giveaways from the two teams on forced errors. Giving the ball away under no pressure at all.
Amon Kote Foster J has been quiet in the second half. Here they come looking for the opening goal. GoldStars is a good block by Amoa. Morifin Donzo. Aqua. Joseph Amoa. That's all to pick out Peter Amidu Aqua. Comes up against Foster J. Lovely skill, goes down. And it's a free kick. The moment he cuts in and tries the shimmy, you're left with no option than to just stick a leg out and bring him down. Aqua so tricky on that flank.
That has been his trademark move. You may know it, but he showed very sharp and smart with it. That was clearly a foul there. Foster stuck out his foot. Once he had contact, there was no way the referee was going to ignore that.
The first ever meeting between Kotoko and GoldStars in the Premier League was on the 12th of November in 2021 on match day 3, and Kotoko beat GoldStars at this venue. Ketsi, a lone goal by Isaac Opon, and GoldStars' heavier defeat also came at the hands of Kotoko. At least since their promotion in the top flight, it's Kotoko who have beaten them by 5-0, and that was in their maiden Premier League season, a baptism on their maiden campaign. Free kick Kotoko. Amwa over the bite goes. It's a goal kick.
Not too far away, but also not too close. The intent was clear to go for the top right corner, aiming to hit it more like the corner kicks. But clearly, that was just miles away. You can see the jump of Kobe signaling it was too poor.
Last season, Asante Kotoko picked up 1 point from this venue, and they ended up scooping 4 points from GoldStars, who eventually won the Premier League. They beat GoldStars in Kumasi. Ketsi goals from Kwame Opoku and Justice Blair. And after 70 minutes, it's goalless here at the Dance Park. Good block by Sambo O'Neill. Emmanuel J sends in a cross. Opoku Ajiman to Edward Ajiman. Swings in across. Kamara comes out and grabs firmly for Kotoko. Lord Amoa. It's an action-packed second half we're witnessing. Good ball to Morifin Donzo. Donzo, Saka. Lord Amoa. Morifin Donzo. Good dummy, Donzo. Good defensive organization by GoldStars to deny Kotoko that promising move.
It was quite a good move there from Asante Kotoko. Donzo cut onto his favorite left foot, but he couldn't have the right touch. That was quite a very good block there from Samba O'Neill, sticking out his foot the right time.
Mediama have equalized at the near J Kraku, the second park in Tamanu Town. It's Vision FC 1, Mediama 1, and they've done 86 minutes in that game. It's fair to say that because it started 30 minutes earlier than this game here at the Dance Park.
Well, that has been the impressive run of Mediama when they are on the road. Quite difficult to beat them, picking up very crucial points, especially the point they picked here at the Dance Park against GoldStars.
GoldStars have not been lucky with injuries in this afternoon's game. It is Justice Arthur who has had a very fine afternoon on the flanks for GoldStars. The next player to go down injured.
It's quite unfortunate, especially when you came into the second half with 2 quick substitutions. Now you've been forced to make 3, all because of injury to your players and not a tactical variation. That is quite difficult to take.
Arthur holds the back of his thigh and limps out as he's the man to make way for Barry Maba. Barry Maba comes in for the injured Arthur. Ban was the hero in that 3-2 win over Dreams FC when he grabbed the brace. He's got the next 14 minutes to send these fans into wild celebrations like he did the other day against Dreams.
There's a player he can trust, will give you a lot of pace. He has skill, lets you expand your play too. Well, the Kotoko defense opened them up and break that compact nature which they put up today. Hopefully, he offers that variation to the team.
We have less than a quarter of an hour mark to go, and it's goalless here at the Dance Park. Free kick as Razak Sanu goes down and gets the advantage for Gold Stars. The Burkinabe scored the only goal when they beat Karela at this venue. Tries to make a move, but caught by the late challenge of Prince Bedu.
So he's been very rugged, he's been very combative, making sure that he doesn't allow his markers to just quickly strut away from him.
They will try to use his height to advantage. They'll be getting the long balls in for him, but for Kotoko, they'll be depending on moves like this. Here is Saka. Dogo. Oh, lovely, brilliant, excellent tackle by Vincent Atenga. This is what you expect from your captain. Leadership by example.
Experience overflowing in that defensive end. He knew exactly what to do to prevent Dogo from getting onto the attack. Quick sliding tackle. No man, just the ball.
Prince Obokwajiman is the latest player to get a yellow card in this game.
It's more like it was stopping goalkeeper Kamara from having a quick restart to the game. It's quite unfortunate, needless yellow card to take.
Samba checks onto Amoa. Aqua. Wanted the foul, referee is not interested. Here is Razak Sanu, gives it away. Now Aqua goes down right before referee Julian Nunu. Boachichre, the culprit.
It was quite very challenging, but you cannot allow Peter Amidu Aqua to get onto his stride. He knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Free kick to Asante Kotoko. It's those two usual suspects again, Lord and Joseph Amwa. This time it's Joseph Amwa who delivers. Henry Ansu got there, made no contact. Advantage Gold Stars.
I'm not sure he would have even counted because Henry Ansu had put himself in an offside position even before the delivery came in.
Prince Bedu have stepped up his game in this second half, helping Kotoko win most of those 50-50 balls, allowing Hubert Joe the freedom of mobility. Substitution for Asante Kotoko. The last game against Bekum, Chelsea had the Babayara last weekend.
He couldn't pull his weight. Saka played a better second half when he came on. You can understand, but there's a like-for-like change. Opinusa was able to replicate what Saka offered.
So it's Barry Maba who pulled him back. Sure, it's a safe boy now.
That is quite a very witty player. Peter Amiduakwa, brilliant. Getting past there. And Barry Maba knew how devastating it was going to be. He couldn't take chances.
Kotoko scored late against Gold Stars in the Champion of Champions before the start of the season at this venue. It's Joseph Amwa to deliver. He bends one into the Gold Stars box, and Yakubu Dogo's header goes off target for a goal kick.
It was quite another player you expect him to be getting onto the end of that. You can understand, very good offensive work there from Edward Ajaman, putting him off balance.
Samba O'Neill's clearance.
You can see Samba making that clearance, but to nobody in particular. GoldStars have an opportunity.
Here comes Barry Maba. Too late for that one. Not on the same page with Razak Sanu. He's furious. He couldn't get the ball in time. But
he expected a more decent delivery, a more precise pass to him.
First AJ to Barry Maba. Barry Maba, skillful, tricky. He's going to give Joseph Amo a lot to worry about, but Bedu rescues Amoa. Now Aqua will step forward. Brought down by Chireme. Free kick to Asante Kotoko.
He knew exactly that the challenge was coming in, just put his body right on the line, and Chireme just batted into him. He couldn't understand where Peter was aiming towards when he had lots of space ahead of him.
Morafin Donzo goes past Ofori. Donzo, that's a good block by Ofori to deny Donzo from reaching his target. That was Yakubu Dogo. He showed flashes of brilliance and glimpses of quality in his debut game for Kotoko.
It's been a masterclass performance for the two central defenders of GoldStars, Atinga and Ofori. They've had almost every single block delivered perfectly.
Lord Amwa delivers. Samba O'Neill heads it into the net, and referee whistles. There was an infringement and the goal would not count, but Samba O'Neill rose and just hit the ball into the net from the header, but it won't count.
It was quite surprising. Look at that delivery there coming in from Lord Amwa. Inusa had virtually, and look at that. Looks like, how is that? There was nothing in there. There was nothing in there. I think Tulenono might have missed that tackle.
Barry Maba sends a cross. Razak Sanu heads it down. Sambonio gets it away. Now Yakubu Dogo. Good movement by Dogo. He sees the run of Morifin Donzo, but again, is the captain Atinga who stands tall for GoldStars in defense. Now they want to turn it into attack. Richard Amonkote, Razak Sanu is late, and Sambo O'Neill nearly lost possession. Bedu picks out Joseph Amwa. Aqua to Bedu. Poor ball from Amwa.
It was quite not understandable how he delivered that one over the line. The game is getting intense at this moment in time. You cannot make mistakes.
85 minutes, 5 more minutes of regulation time to go. Action-packed Matchday 19 fixture. It's GoldStars nil, Kotoko nil. Free kick to GoldStars.
That is Sanu there, causing lots of problems. You can see Prince Bedu finally not happy with that decision that was made. But for Razak, he'll be very much glad. He went in with an elbow. And clearly, he gave the referee very little to do there. Certainly a foul against Bedu.
They left it late to beat dreams here. They did it in stoppage time, but this time there are 5 more minutes to bring some smiles on the faces of the team and home fans as they get ready to execute this free kick. Bibiani GoldStars 4 minutes away from 90. Prince Opoko Ajiman and Richard Amon Kote behind it. Also spotted Boachichere. Opoko Ajiman comes in with a lot of experience. One of the most experienced in the league. Opoko Ajiman bends one and is straight to Mohamed Kamara.
He was aiming to go direct. It was quite a distance. I'm not sure there was too much power in that to trouble Kamara, who has sensed the danger, knew exactly where. He was plunged the ball through, and he picked it up with ease.
Yet to produce the kind of performance he did a couple of seasons ago in Bibiani. Here's Inusa Adam for Asante Kotoko with a cross, and Kobe does well. Again, he steps up for GoldStars really well. You can see him limping, but he's not giving up.
Well, he's a fighter. Resilience paying off. He's really had a very decent game. Very good show of courage to come out to fix that ball and eventually grabbing it.
Boachichere, Emmanuel Ejay was caught napping. Prince Opoko Ajiman, he must have left something on Lord Amwa with an outstretched arm. Referee saw it, he was right there, and his left Amwa down would need some attention. There we go.
And clearly seemed to be a swing of the arm, not fully, but slightly. And it caught the face of Lord Amwa, who seems to be in pain. Juliano saw it, the reason why he whistled.
The big news for Asante Kotoko the week has been the re-signing of Albert Amwa on loan from Ali Benghazi. The talk has been that they do not have a lot of potency in this setup. Donzo Kwame Poku not giving you the numbers that will propel you to win the Premier League title. Amwa seemed to be the main man, sold him and brought him back.
That's going to be a big boost for them. There's a guy who had already settled into the team, one the team looked forward to when it came to goal scoring, and it delivered almost every single time. And the question is, would he be in that same good form to help the Porcupines towards their title charge?
Joe Ban has got some pep talk for Kamara because we are in the final minutes. Any mistake could be costly for Kamara, who some fans have labeled a mistake-prone goalkeeper.
Well, a number of mistakes from him, and he seems to be comfortable at every point in time in the game, even when the side is looking for the sucker punch. And see Zito wants a lot more from his central midfielder, Ibejo. Can see the fury from Barry Mabatu. He's a player who wants to get a lot more on the ball, but he hasn't been offered that liberty and chance.
Kotoko have the next game against Bibiani Stars on match day 20 at the Babayara Stadium. For GoldStars, a tricky journey to Brecum to play Chelsea at the Golden City Park. Chelsea, one of the most unimpressive sides in the Premier League this season.
Well, it could be quite interesting to see how Asante Kotoko are going to get back at Johnson Smith, who defeated them in the first round of the league when they made that trip to Holy Stars. But for GoldStars, you know, Brecum Chelsea haven't fared too well, sitting at the base of the table. That's going to be another cracker whether some of what will want to lose points.
So we're doing 6 additional minutes. And Kotoko have drawn 6 times in this season's Premier League. Barimaba, great interception by Inusa. Here is Amon Kote. Foster J. Amon Kote with a drive from distance. Chance for GoldStars. And Kamara is up to the task for Asante Kotoko.
Foster J knew exactly where he was planting the ball, but not the kind of power and placement he wanted to derive from this effort. Actually came to him, and Kamara had very little to do to try pick up that ball.
Went to stoppage time at the dance park in Bibiani. The defending champions are being held by the FA Cup champions. Here comes Peter Amidu Aqua. Can't get past his marker for Donzo. Aqua goes down from the challenge of Boachichere. Is a free kick to Asante Kotoko.
Well, very good resilience there from Peter Amidu Aqua, fighting when he loses the ball, and he managed to get the better of Bright Chair there. He quickly tiptoed it away from him, and Wajitre had to leave that trailing leg on him.
GoldStars will move second on the Premier League table if the results stay this way. And if it stays the same way, Intema, Medeama still hold on to that 5-point lead on the summit of the log.
And they'll be very much glad that they continue to sit at the top of the table without any trouble.
Shocking, surprising. Medeama have beaten Vision at the Nia J. Kraku Park by 2-1. These guys really mean business, Medeama Sporting Club. We're into 2 minutes of the 6 additional minutes. Henry Ensu with a drive, took a deflection on the way and is a corner. Salim Adams, the hero for Medeama, Intema, as Kotoko pushed for a late goal here at the downs park. Joseph Amwa's long ball. Sambo O'Neill shows interest. Swings in across. Inusa, good block by Atinga. Acrobatically cleared by Chire. And Sambo O'Neill prefers anywhere will do at this moment.
It's been a resolute, stalwart performance from Vincent Atinga and Philip Bufori. They've been putting their body on the line. And once again, that drive from Inusa stopped on his path towards being on target.
That's a very dangerous tackle by Prince Bedu. It's a silly foul, especially when you are playing in stoppage time. And you know there's pressure on your team. GoldStars will want to take advantage.
It's quite a silly foul to give away. A quick free kick taken, but Julian Nuno calls it back.
Prince Bedu is a Kotoko player who just saw the yellow card. Amon Kote's delivery. Kamara failed to deal with it first time, but makes amends. Second time asking.
They fluffed it early. Can see times the number of G3. Handling of the ball, not too clean. But good, it was just before him. For him to regather. Would have been very costly.
Jeu surges forward, switches to the right side, but it's too much for Inusa Adam to get onto.
Brilliant show of grit there. But that pass, Inusa was expecting it to come a bit later. Actually went before him.
Emmanuel Ejay. Edward Arjiman. It's a good switch to Berimaba down the right. It's a late charge from Berimaba. We're 1 minute away from the end of the game. Samba O'Neill. He was pushed by his opponent, and that's Chire claiming innocence after pulling back the Kotoko captain here.
I think there was little to that, but you know, Sam O'Neill playing it out. He knew exactly where that touch was coming from. Once he held him, he just had to make that call and appeal for a foul. It looks more like the game is going to end this way.
Julian Nuno will blow his whistle to the end of the game. Any moment from now, Berimaba with an early cross. Henry Ensu with a clearance away. Tension here as we wrap up the stoppage time. Kotoko with a late charge. And Julian Nuno must be bringing the game to an end now. And yes, that's the final whistle. at the Downs Park in Bibiani. No goals between the defending league champions, Bibiani GoldStars, and an Asante Kotoko. Their last Premier League game here ended goalless, and it's been a highly competitive fixture here at the Downs Park, with both teams stepping up their game in the second half. Kotoko had a goal denied after Sambo O'Neill had put the ball at the back of the net. Obvious they would protest against that disallowed goal, but Mediama hold on to their top spot. GoldStars move to second. Ediana keep their place on third. Kotoko climb to fourth. Setback for GoldStars after losing to Bechem United last week at the Fosuji Abo. They've been pegged back at home again. Their second home draw this season after drawing Mediama. Kotoko forcing GoldStars to another draw here, Kelvin.
And that's a brilliant performance from Asante Kotoko. GoldStars put in the shift, but they weren't as dominant and brilliant as they've been all season at home. Goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe and his central defender standing in between the line to keep a point here.
GoldStars stepped up their game big time in the second half with 53% of the possession. But guess what? Kotoko had 10 corners, failed to make any of them count. It was through one of those corners that Sambo O'Neill had that goal disallowed. 21 fouls on the Porcupine side. A game of intense physical battles. But in the end, no goals were produced here at the Downs Park here in Bibiani. Kotoko and GoldStars have sold a pulsating goalless drawn game here in the top liner of the Ghana Premier League match day 19. It's full time here at the Downs Park in Bibiani. It's Bibiani GoldStars 0, Asante Kotoko 0.
All over here at the Downs Park between Bibiani GoldStars and Asante Kotoko in match day 19 clash in the Ghana Premier League. It ended goalless, no goals were produced in this one, and I have been joined by the head coach of Asante Kotoko, Karim Zito. Coach, last week you were disappointed with that draw against Brekum Chelsea. Are you happy with this one?
Well, tactically, I think we came with a game plan, and the game plan worked to perfection. When you look at the way we play today and compare to the way we played in Kumasi, there's a lot of difference in today's game, and I'm very satisfied with the way the boys played. And at least we scored a goal, but it is up to the level.
You think that goal should have stood?
Well, I'm far from where the goal was scored. So seriously, I haven't seen exactly what has happened. I saw the fly of the ball coming, and I saw my boy jumping, but I was even jubilating when they say it's no goal. So I can't easily tell you what exactly happened. I can't do that.
You gave Yakubu Dogo his debut here. Are you impressed with what you saw?
I'm very, very impressed with what he did. And he also missed a goal. And he's a young guy with a lot of energy. And I'm okay with the way they play.
Does Amwa solve a lot of the goal scoring problems for you, Albert Amwa?
Yes. If he were to be here, maybe it would be different ball game altogether. But without him, still, we are leading in terms of goal scoring. So it tells you that, yes, as much as we needed him seriously to come and beef up the team, we also did our best. And then we are leading in terms of goal scoring. So I see the positive and the negative side of it.
Well, Coach, I wish you the very best in your next game against Asante GoldStars at home.
Thank you very much.
That is Karim Zito, the head coach of Asante Kotoko. He says that he is satisfied with the performance of his players and satisfied with the results. Last week, he was frustrated by Brekum Chelsea as they drew goalless. I've been joined by the head coach of Bibiani GoldStars, Marcus Schmidt. I hope I got the name right. Fritz Marcus Schmidt.
No, forget the Marcus.
Marcus Fritz. He has joined me as well. Coach, I mean, the game ended goalless. Last week, you tasted defeat. How would you assess the performance of your players today?
I have to give them a lot of credit because we played a very strong side who had a solid game, a good possession game. They put us under pressure, especially in the second half, and we kept up and we hold against them. So this is the first thing I have to really put out and praise the team for fighting against a good, a clever, and also a bit more experienced side.
Coach, I know you're still getting used to the players and how they play, but which department of the team needs massive improvements?
We can improve on every department always because we have sometimes a lack of experience, especially that's what we see when we play teams like Medema or now at Kotoko. That's maybe also the difference to the top teams, to get more experience, to get game time and to stay calm and make the right decisions in the right moment.
Well, let's hope and see what Bibiani GoldStars have for us throughout the season. Thanks very much, Coach Fritz Schmidt. He says I should forget about the Marcus. He is the head coach of Bibiani GoldStars. He is from Switzerland, and today he's in a draw against Asante Kotoko. Man of the match, or the man who was voted the most valuable player, Justice Arthur. Justice, Mambo draw. I mean, him say, and you're there, but given Ankasana, saying Edema personally.
Dedica meda supporters ni na ase say omuya time my the yehwe na mbem nyeji say obehye Kotoko ba ye bibia ye fans
na mwanya new coach na ya amankwa ne ho new coach aba obaye no say enanyema in terms of tactics no mo ne no mo ti asentem.
Oh, coach ni ba dey so far so good enema ba because obaye no say if you outside now ba nti kakanka afiansa ye picky nti yes supporters so mo hwe anim. Yeah, pick back a cancra. You'll be okay.
What did you title? No, but you defend it. You won't.
You bet me defend it.
At the end of my sir.
Because you share table now, and you be a difficult. Yeah. Still, I that's so that I did say between defend a title.
Justice here, that's it. I wish you the very best. Justice Arthur was voted the most valuable player in today's game. He is the man that Bibiani GoldStars were looking at. I will be joined by Jeffrey Asari shortly. And we would be talking extensively about the full-time whistle here because the game ended goalless. We were hoping to see a lot more goals. Chances were created in the second half, but my hope, wish didn't come to pass. The game ended goalless.
Well, it's one of those things. I think that Asante Kotoko came back strongly. Prince Bedu was picking the 50-50 balls, winning them and supplying. They realized that Peter Midwalker brought agency, trickery, and also pace into the game. That was why Rafiu, for instance, had a yellow card. You have to substitute there. Even the two quick corners, Asante Kotoko had successive corners, clearly proved the intention of Asante Kotoko. We need to get a goal in this game. And also, you know that Asante Kotoko, like I said, when it comes to Bibiani GoldStars, when they come here or elsewhere they play, they always beat them. So mostly they know that Bibiani GoldStars will get something out of them. They threw everything to the question. Once again, goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe, the Dauda Saka's wonderful scoop, he pulled it out. Lord Aman's corner kick was in the middle, and the two centers were struggling. He had to make sure that he tipped it to corner. And then the Dogo one. The Dogo one was the key one. Once again, it was there. And then Vicenta, Tinga, and Dogo, that block, experience and intelligent, and make sure that that was. I mean, the brightest chance they had, Bibiani GoldStars had, was Justice Atta's cross that Henry Ansu did well not to allow Atta Kumi to have the clearest of opportunity to head the ball. So he jumped and made sure he narrowed the space to make it difficult for him to have a clearer opportunity to head the ball. That was the only chance there. But the most important thing is that they have not lost the game.
Karim feels that their disallowed goal should have stood. You had the benefit of seeing the replay. Should it have stand?
Well, on the evidence of what I've seen, but I don't know what maybe led to the decision. But on evidence of what I've seen, I think that should have.
Well, I saw the referee, Julian Nunu, gesturing to Inusa that there was a push.
That's what I'm saying, yes. I mean, but for that incident, but for that incident, it would have, but because there was a push, that is a foul. So,
but do you think this is a fair result from judging from what you saw from both sides?
Well, I think that on the evidence of the fact that, look, the two sides, Kotoko created most of the chance, both first half, second half. Kotoko should have at least had something out of it because they created most of the chance. It had to take goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe. In fact, he saved the game today for Bibiani GoldStars. But for him, just like yesterday, what has Benjamin Asari, he was the savior for GoldStars. The second half, he made some pretty sticky saves. The first half, 2 good saves to keep the team in the competition. And then in the at the end of 90 minutes, it's 0-0.
And it's 90 minutes here. Both teams going away with 1 point each. For Karim Zito, he's very satisfied with this point because last week it was a frustrating period for him when they drew against Brecum Chelsea. For Fritz and Marcus Smith, the head coach of Bibiani GoldStars, he believes that his side should have done more and won, and he will keep improving. So it's 1-1 for them, and he ended goalless, and that is all from us here at the Dance Park. This has been an interesting game here between Asante Kotoko, who the away side, and the home side, Bibiani GoldStars. Ended goalless, and this is where we call it a day. Tomorrow we'll be back with another game at the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex, where Nations FC will be taking on one of the teams that is also vying for the title, Diana. My name is Mutalaya Kubu. Thanks to Jeffrey Asare and to the APO crew for bringing us this one on TV3 and on Ria TV, and to our commentators Nana Dakwa JC and of course Kelvin Owusu Answer. Have a good evening, and let's meet tomorrow at 3 p.m. for that game. Nations coming up against Diana.